I'm Nina Kessner, and I am sitting here on the stage of Is He Dead? With the director of the show. Actors Mission presents Is He Dead? Directed by Bob Mizel. Bob, thanks for joining me tonight.
Thanks for having me.
You just wrapped up rehearsal, yes?
We did, yes.
And so it's going on 10 o'clock at night. Are you tired yet?
No, I'm pretty rejuvenated after rehearsal.
Good. So we can just keep rapping for a while.
Absolutely.
You got it. All right. So, Bob, tell me a little bit about the show Is He Dead? Tell me about this production. Summarize it for me.
Well, the production, it's a play that was written by Mark Twain around the turn of the century. And there's an interesting backstory to this because it was at the time of his life. It was a really dark time because he had filed bankruptcy, and because of that, he had to go on a speaking tour in Europe. So he was in Europe. His daughter died while he was over there, and he responded by writing a comedy play. Okay, so he wrote the play, and it was scheduled to be produced in London, but it never made the stage. Fast forward to 2007, someone found this play in his papers, in the Mark Twain papers at the University of California at Berkeley. Turned it over to a guy by the name of David Ives, who adapted it for the modern stage, and then we found it.
Nice, nice. And Bob, this is your first time directing, is that correct?
It is.
And what do you think of that?
Well, I've done a lot of things since I've involved the Actors Mission, from set building to being an actor, helping out in just about every way possible, and this is definitely the worst experience that I've had of them all.
How so, Bob?
Well, there's a lot on a director's plate. I mean, we have to worry about props in the set, finding props. There are a lot of props in this, and of course it's period. It's set in 1845, so we have costumes. I've got a very good set designer who has designed the set and instructed me principally on how to construct the set.
So the director takes direction.
Well, yeah, the set direction.
There you go.
Well, it's been my experience building sets and working with Christina McGagnon, the set director, on other plays, that sometimes you get kind of mad at the director because the door has to be 6 inches to the left, or this platform's not right. So I told her, you do it however you want. I'm not going to be that guy. And so one thing about Christina is she builds a set like it's somebody's house. I mean, you want to move into it afterwards. As a matter of fact, the last play, Dave Gutierrez did, for all intents and purposes. But there's a lot of attention to detail. The color has to be right, and everything has to be perfect. But there's costuming to worry about. Picking the food, arranging for the food, the publicity, and I've got a lot of help, but still,
it all falls on you, man.
Your name's on it, right?
That's right. You have all of the accountability.
Exactly.
So why did you direct? How did you come to direct the show?
Well, I kind of stumbled on the play, and it was presented to the script reading committee. What's it called?
It's called the Readers Committee.
The Readers Committee.
Yeah,
I couldn't
that's the technical
remember.
term.
You're the chairman of the Readers Committee.
Right.
We picked it, and I was interested because it's a comedy, and my experience is mainly in comedy. The best or the biggest role I've ever had on stage was when we did Neil Simon's Rumors, and Aaron Vollner, who is in my play, directed that one, and it was so much fun. We laughed through the whole play, and I wanted to do something like that where it was fun for the people in the play, the actors as well as the people, because if the actors are on stage having fun, then the people in the audience feel that energy and they have fun too. They're part of it, and that's what makes it cool. So that's why I wanted to give it a try.
Good. And so what are your goals for this production?
Just what I said, put on a good production, have everyone involved in it, have a good experience and have fun with it, and then of course the audience to be entertained. I think, when we chose this play, part of it was the label, Mark Twain.
Mm-hmm.
We thought people would be interested. It's immediate interest. Some of the plays we have, you've never heard
Right.
of these guys or girls, the authors of the play. This one people do. They're familiar with his work. We say it's a comedy, and I think everybody is familiar with Mark Twain's wit and his observations on life. especially American life, and I think that will be a good draw for people, and I think they'll have a lot of fun.
So as a first-time director, do you find yourself, is there any level of intimidation about doing a comedy by such a well-known writer as Mark Twain?
No, because I think it makes it easier. Like, as I said, when I always go back to Rumors because that was such a good experience. We were doing Neil Simon. It's like, okay, he's an icon. So because honestly, there were lines in that play. We would go through them, and we didn't really even know that it was a joke, because there was something in Act 1 that set up a joke in Act 2, and you don't realize it till it took till the first night when you put it all together, and you think, wow, that's funny, that guy's a genius. And that's when you have faith in the author. And then, of course, you have faith in the people that are doing the acting themselves. But I don't think it's intimidating. I think it's a responsibility, though. I mean, you got a good piece of work there, and you want to do it right.
Sure.